I'm not the one in trouble here. Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposely hid one of the broken pieces. I don't understand why, but okay. What is this action called? Fabrication of evidence. Why? In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear? Discovering this scene, Lana Sky believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dart, sparing Emma, and therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Sky became the chief's puppet. Oh, careful! Ow! Ouch! Jeez. Stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. You didn't! I wasn't! It wasn't! You didn't kill anybody! Defense attorneys make up their foul lies to defend their clients. I guess you do seem like a type to twist the truth. Yeah, Phoenix, you seem like a really sleazy guy. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap? Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Lana may be right. What do you mean? Yeah, what if the person attacking him wasn't Marshall? Everyone's fabricated behind your back. Emma accidentally killing Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. Miss Sky, if you will. I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of. This cross-examination may not change a thing. I don't understand the rules of this court anymore. Like, Edgeworth and Phoenix are just both yelling at Lana. I'll testify about what I really saw. All right. Witness may testify once more. When I arrived, I found Marshall's body impaled on a pseudo-armor sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor. I saw what happened. I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it, but if it was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Unbelievable. The body was impaled on an armor sword. The only one who saw it? If only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. To me. It's a picture I took at a crime scene when I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. I don't remember receiving a picture like that. What? What? Huh? Huh? What? Huh? Huh? What? Huh? Nani? Nani? Wait, now I can actually look at this. Oh shit. I could not do this before. Hey, this picture here. God, wait a second. I just want to remind us that in this very fucking book, are the rules. You can't just show evidence without bringing it to the police first, okay? This is the actual crime scene. No other detective saw the crime scene like this, because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything. Lana decided to take evidence. You know, sometimes before I meddle and rearrange a crime scene, I like to take pictures first, you know, just in case. Mr. Wright, that piece cut out from his vest, could that be the cloth we found inside Chief Gant's safe? What's this? How the fuck does someone's fingerprints show up on leather? Like, also another question. Do you know how hard it is to get fingerprints? Like, the IRL? Like, seriously, in real life, you know how hard it is to actually get fingerprints off of a surface? And someone pulled fingerprints off of someone's leather shirt? What? I just want you to think about how fingerprints could possibly be held on leather. That cloth, it had fingerprints on it. Yeah, it's a cloth. How are fingerprints on cloth? Grease. Yeah, I want you to show me how grease and cloth, like, just imagine zooming into a cloth, right? Imagine zooming into leather and thinking about how you could possibly get this level of detailed fingerprints off of that. It doesn't work, not in real life. Fingerprints are incredibly hard to get off of any service that isn't basically very smooth. Fub with a 36 months, 3 years.
It's been like over a month since I've been here cause OPTC is deadish until now and haven't been on Twitch.
Oh my god. Welcome back, dude, to the Super Family. Coming back for the 3-year resub. OPTC is still fun, but you came back just in time for a good fucking game, Phoenix Wright. I actually know personally how hard it is to get fingerprints off of things because I have watched many times police officers trying to get fingerprints off of services. You use a gas to print? No, you use most police offices will just use dust. I know because I've seen them do it in person. I've called the police offices to people breaking into my strip club at 3 in the morning and watched them and pointed out to surfaces to have them try to dust for prints. And hey, you know what? Most of the time, surfaces, even though they're like very clean metallic surfaces, just too hard to get prints off of. Prints are really hard to get. There are yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? Let's get on with the cross-examination. Ah, yeah, the good old days when I had a strip club. I've watched them try to retrieve fingerprints from many surfaces. And most of the time, they'd be like, it's probably not gonna work, but we'll try. Yep, no, it's not working. Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. When I arrived, I found Marshall's body impaled in the suit of armor. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. Gant, oh, you make me out as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. You're not allowed to anymore, isn't that the rules? What? You already declined to testify. That means you should forfeit your right to make statements for any sort. This must be that risk. Just sit back and relax and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck, biatch. He could just fucking run right now. Like, he could just... seriously though, if you're like this close to being convicted of murder, I would just fucking run. Right? Like, leave the courtroom, get in the car, flee to another country. Otherwise, you're gonna go to jail for life. Like, why wouldn't you just run? You can just walk away. I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Is that how it works? Why do people just keep bringing up evidence? Someone does. So what's your excuse, Righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death? Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt? Is that true? If I show that piece of evidence now, Emma's sure to be made out as the murderer. Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now. And if you try to conceal anything, you'll be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. So I could just play dumb. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? Yes, I do have further evidence. What if I just like shows the wrong evidence? Like, who actually killed Prosecutor Marshall? It was Edgeworth. Edgeworth did it. It's a piece of leather. Yes. It's most likely a cut from the victim's vest near the chest. What's this? There's a big handprint. A big handprint from a 13-year-old girl. What? Whose fingerprints are these? I'm sure Wright has checked. Well, whose are they? They're Miss Sky's. Nani? They're mine? So I really did do it. I told you it was conclusive. But this was found in your safe. That means it's possible you forged it. I didn't know what you're talking about. I don't remember any cloth in my safe. Do you really expect me to believe that? We already determined that information we took illegally from his office was okay because there was 3 people witnessing it. But give it up, right? It's over. You shouldn't have presented that. By presenting that evidence, you tied Emma Sky to Neil Marshall. No. It appears we have our killer. Really? Really? It's kind of dumb. That's kind of dumb. That's actually really dumb. Like we already determined that we illegally obtained evidence from his room, and we've already used several pieces of evidence from his room. Whatever. Your Honor, I don't have any evidence. Nani? Chief Gant, you opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence. I don't know what you're talking about. Why don't you show them? We found it together. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gant? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd at the chest area? Looks like part of it's been cut out for some reason. You had this in your safe? Nani? You've been concealing evidence. It's going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Righto. Well, I can't let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. Nani? You admit to it? Yeah, that's fine. I was the first person to arrive at a crime scene that day. It occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. You really were manipulating her. I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay on her sister, that she saw the scene, she would ask for my aid. As you assisted Miss Sky. We've only been streaming for 12 hours straight, guys. It's fine. It's sudden 24-hour stream. I had to plant the knife tip into the victim's body and move the body across the room. I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted. I tampered with a crime scene. Hid 2 pieces of evidence. That was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. Guys, we just determined that he couldn't testify, remember 5 minutes ago when we said he wasn't allowed to testify? Right? He can't testify. Can't. You're not allowed to testify. This game has forgotten all the fucking rules. For instance, of course, our insurance. I was sure my plan would work. It's always best to be prepared for the worst. I was about to let anyone blame me for a murder a girl committed. You were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence? They take me for a fool. I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. I made police chief by lying and fabricating evidence. I hit the most legible part of Emma's name. Didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood from all the pieces. You fabricated all the evidence. That means you didn't fabricate the message on this jar. Some people just don't know when to quit. That's why I kept one more item for insurance. The piece of cloth. Come on, Raito, cough it up already. I know you have it. What are you waiting for? You admit to it. You were hiding the cloth you cut from the victim's vest? Yes, I admit it. I don't want to have to do that being chief and all. It's a lot better to be portrayed as a murderer. Is it? I mean, shit, this is... Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence. Foolish move, Raito. Could have shown it then before it was too late. It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up. Cannot. Then what? Just hand over the evidence. Okay. Talking about then and now, there's one major difference between the two. Weren't you waiting for that difference? So, you were waiting for him to admit that he had it. The evidence. Let me verify this one more. On a data crime, you personally cut this piece from the victim's vest? Oh yes, at last we finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint. Your Honor! Prosecution request we immediately sent to the lab for analysis. Handprint must have been a strong impact for less so clearly. You mean, could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence that a 13-year-old girl punched a piece of leather so hard it left a handprint there. That's pretty fucking hard. I don't know if I could punch anything hard enough to leave a handprint in it for 2 fucking years on a piece of cloth. Raito had all this time to present this evidence. He was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? You already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well. Everything's proceeding as predicted. Let's just say it's Gant's. Fine. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Emma Sky? They're mine! Sorry, Emma. Why didn't you tell me? You're really something, right? You know this girl did it all along and you still tried to pin a murder on me. This girl really did shove Marshall to his death. How could you? You monster! Miss Sky, you knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Sky, it's not over yet. I said this trial isn't over yet. I'm afraid it's over. Not only this trial, but your career. You perfectly concealed this conclusive evidence. I don't know why Gant's acting like he's a good guy. He's literally admitted to hiding and forging evidence and blackmail. Like, Gant, you're also ending your career. You know this, right? Like, no matter what, you're either a murderer or you're hiding evidence, forging evidence, and blackmailing. There's no out for you, Gant. Oh yeah, my concealing evidence is a serious offense? I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. Gant, you're not going anywhere. Can't catch your tongue? Aren't you gonna tell us about how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? There's so many plot holes in this. Before I do that, there's just one little thing. Oh? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? Chief Gant, you're absolutely right. The piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see... Oh. Contradiction. What is this fool babbling about? I'm talking about a contradiction on one that proves who the real killer is. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it contradict? Your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. The blood. No, is it the blood? It has to be the blood, right? This is a picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of vest was cut out? Yes. His shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood. Exactly. His chest is soaked in blood. His lungs, no doubt, were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. But that piece of cloth. Wait. There's no blood. Ugh. Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on the cloth, there's no doubt she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. No. Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, Who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Lana Sky? Picked up the unconscious prosecutor, impaled him on arm and sword. Okay, see, alright, that makes a lot more sense to me. That's totally fine. That makes a lot more sense. That's fine, that's fine. To make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death. Said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar they then broke to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it. This is such a fucking convoluted plan. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out the bloodless piece of the victim's vest? Ironic, isn't it? Though the very act of creating insurance, you proved you were the actual murderer. And you're blackmailing, and you're forging evidence, and that you're concealing evidence. You know, all these minor things too that we're ignoring now. Ho ho ho! That was close, right till you almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. Remember, Uji? Raito here concealed that piece of cloth. You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you? Don't. This whole court system's so bullshit. That moment, the piece of evidence ceased to be legal. What? You actually think you could bet me in court? Looks like the last on you, son. I've only admitted to blackmail and forgery and perjury and smurgery. Mr. Edgeworth, true. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. All of our evidence is illegal! Fuck! The time to reveal my plan. Do you admit to it? Everything we have done is illegal. Everything is illegal! I admit, I refuse to present it on one point. Objection. No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. It's not that I didn't present evidence, it's I couldn't. What do you mean by couldn't? There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. This is so fucking bullshit. Everyone is just choosing to believe laws when they're like, no. You refuse to present evidence. Why? Here's my proof. Evidence law. I've done my homework too, Chief. Emma Sky's fingerprints on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. You see, it's written right here. The second rule of evidence law. I mean, we choose to believe and ignore laws as we wish. I don't wish real life was so easy because everyone just chooses to ignore and believe laws at a whim. Also, in this court system, everybody is guaranteed to be guilty because fabricating evidence means nothing. It takes no effort to fabricate evidence. Found this piece of evidence myself inside your safe. Goes without saying I did not have the approval of the police department. Rule 2. And here's the crux of the matter. At the time, it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What kind of nonsense is this? All the other evidence I used earlier was also not only obtained illegally, but not approved, but yet we still use it all. We're just ignoring that though. Objection. Sorry, but can you recall when was this picture presented? No, he's right. Beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify. Day of the crime, you personally cut this out? Yes. No. It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. I think case 4 was much better than this. I think this case has way too many plot holes. The chief of police personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this for the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. The real murderer. You. The killer. Like, he's also not supposed to testify. Like, the rules are just being broken so often here. It just is, man. I wish I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years, he's been snooping around the department for trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insists on hounding me. Your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to investigate the case. He recruited Angel Starr, convinced Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman? Yeah, that's right. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jack Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden, he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, it's not too late. I'm gonna hand this over to Marshall. Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's why I saw it, that accursed knife. I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake. The bloody handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker. I used to have known as a crime computer. Everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, that's a big deal. You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Leaving the prosecution's car aside, how did you get Miss Sky involved in all this? Well, she had as much to lose as I did. So you took the evidence from Goodman's locker? I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take. So, you left the jar fragments and the glove. Yeah, it looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer of crimes. They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court? Because we don't have chairs. You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. We're not so different, you and I. One day you'll understand. Believe me, you will. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Aji. Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Gant. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator, an example of others on the force. Sorry to learn you're no longer that person. Well, at least he wasn't that person 2 years ago when he started blackmailing people. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Raito here, and Worthy. These two around you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of justice. I think that's what it said, I'm not sure. There are two things I want you to understand. First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. This trial's over, I'll tell everything. What about what I've done these last 2 years, from the time I had Gant help me forge evidence up until today. So, seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. My, what high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you might make it to the top. Might make it to 3 games even. Ah, nice picture. Arigato, Mr. Raito. Miss Sky. And to you too, Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been to you. It was nothing. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you. No, Lana's not even close to best girl. You rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. Done well, Edgeworth. Stop it. I only did my job. Also, I'm gay for Phoenix. Seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Sky, Your Honor? You're innocent of murder. However, though the chief blackmailed you, the fact you're still his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Look, a smile does not make you best girl, okay? Not good enough. Is something amusing? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. You like the Emma girl? You like girls that are stupid and easy? No. Lana's the one that's annoying bitch. Emma is a little too but science for me. Maya, give her a few years. Mia, best girl, give Maya a few years though. Regarding the charge of murder, court finds Lana Sky not guilty. The judge is best girl. Court's adjourned. Whew, 12.5 hours, guys. Long last, it's finally over. Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. But at last, she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. After the trial ended, I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks. Mr. Wright, she finally smiled again, my old Oni-chan. Old bag. Old bag. I did my best too. But Lana didn't say a single word to me. Hope I'm not interrupting. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Gumshoe. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run over... Top of that, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Third time he said this. Oh, are you here because of my sister? Nope, not this time. I came today because of you. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Lana! Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Gumshoe's not a detective anymore. How does he have Lana with her? Like, how does Gumshoe have the ability to take Lana out? Don't worry about it. That day, 2 years ago, was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in this mess. Sis, Oni-chan, I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through these last 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you looked at me with those eyes of yours. Scared you'd react if you knew. You're only doing it for me. No! I was also doing it for myself. Oh. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you. Sis, I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm sorry. Oni-chan, don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, Oni-chan, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Shame you're going to jail. Bye. Ah, how sweet. But this one's a felon. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in doing so, we can find the way back to our rightful path. And it's from there that we can move on towards a brighter future. At least that's what I felt watching the two sisters make out. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe. Thank you both for all you've done. I'm sure you'll meet again someday. Isn't that right? Edgeworth! Stop hiding over here. I want to imagine Edgeworth like sulking behind like I want someone to tell me I did a good job too. Just came here to say congratulations. Yay! Thank you, Edgeworth. Right. See ya. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone might say, I realize today I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth, why are you so edgy, Edgeworth? I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right. You and me. You're not too different, you and I. One day you'll understand. You'll see what it really takes to bring him down. No, I couldn't bring these criminals to justice in the court of law, and that's why I became the Batman. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting crime. That's why I became a crime fighter. I've known that for quite some time now. But Edgeworth, who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Edgeworth, do you understand? Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. They both made the same mistake. In order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. Phoenix and Edgeworth are gonna bang and they're gonna be best buds! You're working together with Mr. Wright, and because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Okay. Phoenix and Edgeworth and Co. That's right. Come on, Edgeworth. Become a defense attorney with me, Edgeworth. Come on! We have such a bright future together, Edgeworth-kun. Oh, Phoenix-kun! I thought you'd never ask. Oh, Edgeworth-kun. Oh. Come on, Mr. Wright. Show him what Lana's talking about. My dick? Evidence that neither Edge nor I would be able to find on our own. What? Mr. Wright, seems you still have a lot to learn. It's time for me to go. Oh shit, I don't know what it was. If you'll excuse me. Still some loose ends need wrapping up. Take care. I don't know what I was supposed to show. Well, whatever you just remember. Can't let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know. Seems I owe you my thanks too. But what I face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. I don't get a second chance. Whoops. How long would it take me to go back? How far back is this load? Purposely, illegally, conceal use piece of evidence? No. Oh boy, this is a ways back. Well, if there's Phoenix Wright, if there's like Phoenix Edgeworth love coming in, I need this. I need this. Okay, we got this. We're zooming. Speedrun. Phoenix Wright speedrun. Speedrun time. Speedrun. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Wait, can I make this go faster by... No. Okay, what's the evidence that we couldn't get without Edgeworth? It's gotta be the handprint, right? Oh, the evidence list? Oh. I guess. I don't know, it seems really nebulous to me, but alright, evidence list. I don't know, there's a lot that we had to go to Edgeworth for in order to get. I think the evidence list makes the most sense in the game story, like it's two halves, like I had one half and he had one half and we put it together. I think that makes the most sense, I agree. But there is a lot that we had to give Edgeworth, or Edgeworth had to give us. And the entire last part with us, me and Edgeworth versus everyone else. So, I mean, whatever. Remember this part of the game? Good times, guys. Good times. All right. And smiles. Smile, smile, smile. Happy-go-lucky. Oh yeah, we're saving. For sure. Not guilty. Good job, guys. We did it. We won. Well done. Well done. They have confetti? Yeah, I have confetti too. I'm sad this confetti doesn't work all the time. The confetti only works like half the time. Like this. Well, now my oh, there we go. My fireworks always work. And of course, like, strobes always work. But confetti only works sometimes. It's not working now. There we go. Confetti, go away. I don't need confetti. Confetti? Thank you. Oh my god. Come on, come on. Jeez, it's like you're trying to wrap up a game or something, guys. As soon as we see Edgeworth, that's what we need to save. Ah, that's when the two sisters made out. Best part of anime. Incest. Alright, there's Edgeworth. Okay, flashback, right? Okay. Okay. Let's go with evidence list. That's the picture I drew. Our counteract began with this. You had one half, and I had the other half. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. Also, all the information that I stole from the room. It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth, if you'll excuse me, there's still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember, you can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know. Seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem. Come on, at least fucking kiss. I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. Kiss. I don't get a reward. That's it? That's it? That's all that changes? Ah! At least kiss! Here, a little something for you. Scientific investigation. First book I ever bought. Studying well. I know. Doesn't even show him kissing. The worst. So, another case came to a close. Case closed. As for the sisters, I have faith that someone will make porn of these two. I don't even need to look it up. I know it already exists. I already know that Rule 34 exists to these two. As for me, I think it's time I start my own journey of my own. A new journey of my own. Game 2. Ooh, hi girl, bye girl. A journey that I'm gonna be with Edgeworth forever. Well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal. What is it, detective? Is he still a detective? You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, the folks at the prison are a different story. Basically, I just had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap. Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. Well, you see, Mr. Wright here has one foot in the bill. Hey, think I can afford to have my salary? You gotta be kidding me. I was fired today. Thank you, Wright. You're the best. That'll be $20,000. Hey, got an idea? Why don't we go pay it off together? Yeah! Come on, guys. Alright, that was cute. That was cute. Dun, dun, dun. I arranged for a friend of mine in Europe to take care of Emma. I hope she'll be pleased to study under a top coroner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I managed to find my way back to the field somehow. Then, I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. Oh, my chair's making a click now. Why do chairs do that over time, man? Probably because I'm a fatty. If we penalize you anymore, it'll be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. Just goes to show, you can't shake me off that easily. Nothing like a casual 13-hour stream, huh, guys? My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted as a security guard. My partner is keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them, though. Someday, I'm gonna make a detective. Yes, sir. Then I can just be like that Dick Gumshoe. I'm ready to... It is 6 a.m. It is 6 a.m. Whew. Golly. I don't know why this thing's ear is broken. Like, I thought this broken ears or horn or hat gesture thing is gonna be for a reason, but I guess it wasn't. Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with a steak lunch partner? Miss Star managed to sneak this into me. She's seeing one of the guards. Well, cowboy, it looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang gets this water? He's been drinking water this whole time? I think that's the biggest plot twist, that he's drinking water. Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell, I give a new meal to the menu, the right way lunch. Top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is as sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards. First of all, Phoenix Wright is way better than Danganronpa, right? Blows Danganronpa out of the water. I think this last case had way too many contradictions for me to feel satisfied with it. Brandon gay! Nice. I knew this game was gay. I'll never forget what young defense lawyers said after the trial. Let's see. What was his name again? Mr. Left. He said he's been doing something or other. How many years? Anyways, I've got another trial to get to, so I'd better be going. Wait, no, you stay right here. Wait, why is the judge going somewhere? If he's got another trial, doesn't the judge stay, like, doesn't the judge just fucking stay here? Is he going to another courtroom? I think this, I liked the trial with Edgeworth a lot more. I think Edgeworth's trial was a lot more satisfying because at least there, not literally every single piece of evidence was made up or fabricated and stuff. Oh, best girl, what's up, Maya? Nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit detective. Mystic Maya, afternoon training's about to begin. Coming. Well, see you around, Nick. Katagiri, Kobayashi, Kentaro Ohira, Rio, Edgeworth. Edgeworth? I brought you your tea. What's this? What's going on? We are definitely playing games 2 and 3. Even as like convoluted as that last trial is, still blows anything Danganronpa has offered us way out of the water. Can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad. Hi, a little sad. I'll be all right. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. It's got her picture in it, right? Fucking cute. 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 Oh, that's really cute. This is how old he is. She thought she murdered a man by somehow impaling him on a giant statue. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it, right? Anything else? Saving content? Does that mean it's over? $12 hours and 45 minutes. 2 more games to go. Damn, that was good, guys. Oh, that was good. Thank you so much for being here with me on this journey. You guys are the real smooth criminals here. You guys are great. Are we starting the second game tomorrow? I don't know. We're gonna start the second game tomorrow. I have to see if there's another game we have on the schedule at least, but we may be starting the second game tomorrow. Definitely don't think we have other games other than Phoenix Wright on the to-do list arena. On the list arena to-do arena. I should play Gravity Rush? What's Gravity Rush? Oh, that one. Did I ever pick that up? I don't remember. I need to check. Anyways, I'm gonna go to sleep because it's 6 in the fucking morning. Does that sound good? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for joining me. My name's Zini, I'm a full-time streamer, and I hope you enjoyed Phoenix Wright as much as I did, because that was a fucking good game. And we're gonna play through the rest of them. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all stay beautiful.